Hello everyone, welcome back to NASCAR Racing 2003 season. I figured, why not make another video of this? It's pretty fun. And again, we're kind of doing a little tribute to Kevin Harvick here with this one. So we're going to be racing the 2004 roster this time around with the, I think it's called like the Cup 2005 or Cup 05 mod or something like that. You can get it off, again, like NR2003 Weebly, whatever the hell the name of the website's called. Where you can get a majority of the mods, or at least find links to them. Yeah, we got the 04 car set here with the good old 29 Goodwrench Chevrolet. And pretty cool little touch. She actually has a little smiley face as the pit sign, which is pretty cool. Gotta remember, when I'm trying to pit, I am looking for a smiley face sign, not a number 29 sign. So there's that. But this time around, we're going to be going to Phoenix International Raceway doing a 40% race, yeah, with the 2004 car set. And as you know, or if anybody knows Phoenix and Kevin Harvick, those two tracks go together pretty well. Phoenix, I mean, like the kind of desert tracks in general has always been kind of his wheelhouse, but especially Phoenix has always been his track. Definitely a place where he has earned the name of, or like nickname of, the closer. It just seems like at a track like this, a lot of the times, he's just kind of off the radar for most of the race, and like in the final fourth of the race, bam, he's just there for the win. So hopefully we can recreate some of that, I guess, magic. I don't know. We're probably not going to be aiming for the win this time around. Phoenix is it's a tougher track, not my best track. As well as it's a short track, and the AI tend to be much more aggressive on short tracks here. So hopefully we don't get spun just from an impatient AI behind us. But we'll try to make it as best as we can here. Yeah, short track racing can get a lot more messy in this game than mile and a halves, which you we'll probably see, but let's just try to have some fun. Try to run some practice laps here real quick. Just get my bearings underneath me here. This pit lane is really difficult to enter. Thankfully in practice, or like in a couple of previous races I've done here, you rarely ever pit under green. Although sometimes it'll still happen. Tires and fuel will kind of wear out around the same time, so there's that around here. And I'm running 70%, about 70% grill tape, which is about the highest you can push it around here. The water temp will get a bit hot in traffic, but out of traffic, you're just about where you want to be, so we're going to watch that a little bit. But that water temp and just understeer is what you're going to be battling throughout this entire race as far as driving the car goes. Just doing whatever you can to get the damn thing to turn. Especially here in 3 and 4, because 3 and 4 is just such a long corner. And I missed calling that corner 3 and 4. I know they kind of moved the, I mean, they reconfigured, Phoenix all hell nowadays. Right about here is where the start-finish line is currently. Which I'm not the biggest fan of. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone likes Old Phoenix better anyway. I don't think the modern cars would put on a good race at Old Phoenix, but, with these cars, it always put on pretty good racing. Phoenix is kind of like one of those tracks like Richmond, where it's like kind of in between a short track and an intermediate, I think Richmond is a bit of a faster track, but, yeah, Phoenix is definitely one of those unique circuits that's right in between an intermediate and a short track. And I miss the kink on the back straight, man. I miss that a lot, that curb. Sometimes you bounce over it, at least I do. It's really hard to pass here as well. You can pass on the outside, but you're going to be frying your tires trying to do so. Most of the tracks in this game, especially the short tracks, you want to kind of be on the inside line for passes. Oh boy. Well, hello, target car. I think that's enough practice laps for now. I'm going to practice a pit entry real quick, then see where we land in qualifying. Alright, got that grill nice and taped up. You're going to be wanting to push the grill tape as far as you can on this track. It's all about getting that front downforce, that front end grip. Getting the thing around here. Like I said, in race trim, we're going to be running about 70% grill tape, which is kind of pushing it, but if you can manage it, you can make it work. Qualifying here, we're running about 95. Get that nose in. Back on the power right there. Pretty nice and smooth. Coming out of the corner. A little bit of the curb on the kink right there. Break it. You want to kind of go for like a double apex in this corner here. Kind of missed the first one, but like kind of diamond it right on the exit. There we go. Not a bad lap. Probably could have been a little bit more aggressive in the middle of the corner that time around, but hopefully make it work here for a decent starting position. Again, coming out of 4, I feel like I left a little bit of speed on the table here, but looks like we'll be starting 23rd. Yep, 23rd. Bring that grill tape back down to 70. You're running that front end as low as possible here. Yeah, alright, let's go. Alright, behind Scott Riggs here in the Go Army 01. On the inside of the line. I think I kind of prefer to start on the outside here just to kind of have the room, but we'll see how things play out here. Now on short tracks, I mean in general, the AI is pretty aggressive in this game, but on short tracks that can really be accentuated. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a bump out of the way there, buddy. So I can get underneath you here in the T1. Yeah, but sometimes you will just have like an AI behind you just in complete fucking kill mode, just waiting for you to give them a little, just the smallest of inches on the inside line, and they'll just dive bomb it in there. Or just push you out of the way the second they get the chance to, so I'm going to be trying all race not to give them that chance. Behind Kyle Busch right now. Do I want to go 3 wide here? Nah. Just take it nice and easy here. It's only lap 2. Take it nice and easy. See Dale Jr. up there in that very unique white and red Budweiser scheme. Oh, a little bit of heavy braking right there. 3 wide up in front, I can see. So we're behind Kyle Busch in the 5 here. That's something Hendrick's got to do again at some point here soon. The silver Hendrick schemes with the yellow yellow numbers. They should bring that back just for like a one-off race or something like that. It'd be pretty cool. Maybe do it for like throwback week. It can't quite go flat out through the kink on the back straight. Not even this back straight, really, just a back curve, really. But when you're too wide with somebody, you gotta have a tiny bit of a lift in most cases. Okay, just kind of taking it easy behind Kyle Busch here. Oh, and right behind me, you can see in the mirror, there's an AI in kill mode. Hopefully I don't get that bump from them. Kyle Busch is kind of slowing me up here, I feel. I'm going to give him a little bump and almost spin myself out in the process, but I have to ask you to speed it up there, buddy. And we're clear on the outside here, so I can use all the track here coming into 1 and 2. Pick up a lot of ground, just kind of roll it in. There we go. Back on the back bumper of Busch here. But didn't quite get the exit that I wanted. Kind of hesitated on the throttle. Again, don't really want to make it 3 wide here. Oh, but I chucked it into the corner a bit too hot with the 30 on the inside. Although it is very hard to pass exiting 4, so hopefully hold them off here. Brush the wall a little bit lightly on the exit. Nothing major though. Of course, again, we are running with damage off because I'd like to complete a race. So there's that. So can I hold off the 30 on the outside here? Get back to the inside. Nah. No, he's going to back out of it. And give us the inside. Now we're single file for the first time in the race. Oh, Kyle Busch got a little loose on the exit here. Going to capitalize on that mistake. Stick it to the inside. Coming in a T1 here. Very narrow on the entry. He's still going to be on our outside though. these corners close up very very drastically. There's not a whole lot of room for like really pushing the car on the exit. You got to really get your line proper through the corner to find speed in this on this circuit. Definitely one of those tracks that if you're a bit too greedy with the throttle on the exit, you will find yourself hitting that outside wall a ton. Richmond is that same way. This is definitely a track you can kind of compare to Richmond. Miss Old Phoenix though, man. Miss Old Phoenix. Really gotta fight the car on this track. Just playing with the throttle and the steering input, trying to find whatever little bits of grip you can throughout the duration of each corner. Just constantly searching. I mean, Modern Phoenix is okay, but I feel like the best race it's really put on has been just kind of an okay race, you know? It's not really what it used to be. And just like Richmond, if you want to see peak Phoenix, watch a Phoenix race from like the 90s, early 2000s-ish kind of era. Used to be a much more aggressive track. Yeah, Modern Phoenix isn't a bad track. It's just not really Phoenix, you know? It's just not really Phoenix. It just kind of feels like, oh god, horrible corner right there. I don't know, it just kind of feels like a really mediocre Richmond. But, even Richmond's gotten mediocre. Which, I mean, Richmond, I feel like, at this point, just needs a repave. I feel like a lot of people feel that about Richmond. You can see that, the water temperature gauge is starting to come on here. Nothing too bad. You can run the water around like kind of 240-ish and still be fine. It'll cool down when you get traffic. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and have a look to the inside of KC mirrors here. He's still going to be on our outside here with the quarter. Couldn't quite clear him. Couldn't quite get the speed on the exit because of that. But we do have the advantage coming into 3. But he's still going to hang on to our outside. Now he's going to back out of it. No. Yep, now he's going to back out. But this is a very, very difficult track to pass on. Got to be really committed coming into the corner. The braking zones aren't really as hard as you might think they are. It's not like a Martinsville or a Bristol where you can kind of dive bomb it. It's more just like, you know, you kind of dab the brake and coast it in, you know? Not really that heavy on the brakes. Like you would be at a more traditional short track like a Martinsville. I wouldn't call Bristol a traditional short track, but I feel like a lot more brake is used there. Here it's more about the mid-corner speed and the exit rather than the entry. Gonna go ahead and put ourselves up into 17th place here as we make our way around Del Jarrett. I miss seeing those old, you know, race the truck ads for UPS. It's back when brands actually knew how to utilize the advertising in NASCAR. Nowadays, we're still trying to figure it out. Again, I kind of gave my piece on the, I guess, like, whole Raptor thing in the last video. I had to look up what Raptor was. I shouldn't be able to, I shouldn't have to do that. I should be able to tell what they make just by looking at the car. But we're at a little bit of clean air here, so hopefully we can get that water temp down a little bit. And while we're a bit later in the run here, let's go ahead and take a look at our tires. Tire wear is looking pretty good, pretty even across the board, which is what you want. Lose a lot of speed going too wide around here. You need the entire track to really maximize the lap time around here. As you can see, I'm gaining quickly on this pack up in front. Got the DEI cars side by side in Waltrip and Earnhardt. Alright. This track is pretty fun though as the tires wear. You find yourself having to kind of roll into the corner more in the T1. And then T2, I'm sorry, 3 and 4. You're going to be, just kind of hitting that diamond line, you know? Kind of like hitting like a little bit of an apex right here, gassing up a little bit in the middle of the corner, then rolling it, and then hit a second small apex on the exit. Properly get that arch so you don't hit the wall. A lot of fun. Maybe I'll do a video of a modern Phoenix for comparison, since there are some versions of that people have made. And now they're going to sort themselves out single file in front of us here. But we are steadily making our way through the pack. Roll it in here. Right on the back bumper of the 8, but couldn't quite put the power down on the exit. Had to hesitate a little bit. The front right tire now is reaching yellow wear. And there, let it gas it up a tiny bit, let it roll back up, let it come back down, diamond it off. Didn't quite get the exit that time. Messed it up a little bit in the middle of the corner, but that is how you run that line. And the more the tires wear, the more important it is to hit that line as best as you can. On fresh tires, you can kind of keep it just glued to the inside for the most part. There we go. Try to be a bit more aggressive with the steering input. Roll it in there, just coast it in, nice and smooth. Can't quite get the exit here on Earnhardt. Of course, they are side by side in front of him, so hopefully they'll slow him up a tiny bit. Really got to know when to apply the throttle in the middle of the corner. That was a good corner. There we go. Ah. Get another brush of the wall. Not a big deal. Nobody behind us here, though, so that's pretty good. No pressure behind. Just got to get around the guys in front. Earnhardt slow. Coming out of the kink. We'll have a look to the inside here. He's going to give us the room. But I'm probably not going to have the exit. Oh, not quite, not quite. No ground really lost over either of us. Yeah, but it's very, very, very hard to pass on this track. You gotta be really patient. You gotta really work on someone, man. Try to force a mistake. You just get closer and closer each lap. Now you have a proper look here.
Still there.
And maybe now we can finally get the pass done here. It's going to be side by side coming into turn 1. Really throwing it in on the brakes. Got to find the grip in the middle of the corner. Couldn't really find it as we get a little loose on the exit. Side by side through the kink. He's right up against the wall, but still there. He does not want to give this spot up, but we might have him here on the exit of... Nope. Dang. If I kept the foot down, I would have ran into him. You do that here, you run into somebody on the exit of 4. Most of the time, you just kind of end up bouncing off to them and slamming the inside wall, so... I want to race them respectfully. Might be seeing pit stops here in the next maybe 10 or 20 laps or so. We're looking at fuel. Yeah, 20 laps of fuel left here. Alright. With 99 laps to go. Just kind of stalled out right now, sitting in 16th place. Haven't hit lap traffic yet, but I can imagine if this stays green, we will see that happen. Gassed it up a little bit too much in the middle of the corner. Had to wait on it to rotate. And compromised the exit. Again, after all this time, still no pressure from behind, which is good. I really don't want to deal with that right now. I feel like I've been pushing the tires a bit trying to get around Earnhardt. I really don't want to put myself in a vulnerable place where I fall down the order. Can't really get around him, but I'm keeping up with them. Keeping up with them pretty good. Loose in the exit there. Now, unlike the setup at Atlanta, this one will tend to get a bit looser, especially on the exit, as the run goes on. I would love to get around this guy. I would love to get around this guy here. Really hitting that second apex on the exit. Pretty good exit, but about broke even with Earnhardt. He's going to have a look to the inside of the 10. Or, I'm sorry, the 16 of Biffle. I don't know why I said 10. Side by side with the Biff now. He has to keep a narrow line coming into 3, but we're going to have the whole track to make that arc on the entry. Maybe take advantage here, and if I can't get around Earnhardt, I'll take getting around the 16 here. Can't get around neither. Biffle's able to hold him off on the exit of turn 4 here. We're going to give Earnhardt a little bit of a bump unintentionally. On the entry of 1. And he's going to clear Biffle. Approaching turn 3. We're going to have a look to the inside. I would love to at least hang with Earnhardt here so I have somebody to kind of follow and stay with. But I couldn't quite clear the Biff. Oh, really threw it in deep there. Managed to clear Biffle here, but not a very good entry. As we're now starting to hit lap traffic. Whoop. Once again, the car brakes a little bit loose, getting a little tail happy on the exit of the corner. Gotta be watching that now as the run goes on. That issue's only gonna get worse. They say loose is fast, but I don't know, on a track like this where rear end grip and the exit is so important, I don't think it's really that fast. Lap traffic could help us here, though. Got the Aaron's Dream machine up there. Very pretty paint scheme. I love like any kind of like, I guess like nighttime, like bedtime aesthetic sort of stuff, so. Big fan of that paint scheme. Is just going to go ahead and give us the inside here. Let us by. Appreciate it, Kenny Wallace. Or not. I'm sorry, sir, I know you don't want to lose your lap here, but sometimes you just got to deal. Got a little tight there in the middle, then loosen the exit here. Surprised we haven't had a caution yet. The last race that I did here, there were a number of cautions. There wasn't a single green flag pit stop, actually. Looking at 12 laps of fuel here. And the AI will start to pit like around 5 or 6 laps left, with the cars further down the order usually pitting first. The leaders would like to stretch it out. And a big pack of cars up there. Something tells me Earnhardt might be faster than he looks right now. If he were to get by himself in clean air, he might just pull away from everybody. They're too wide up front. Managed to pitch the car in nicely on the exit right there. Just searching for every little bit of grip you can find through these corners. It can be kind of nerve-wracking, but it's a lot of fun. Dang it. Got a couple of lap-down cars in the exit. I'm sorry, not exit. On the outside of us right now. Again, it can be kind of a mixed bag from track to track and situation to situation. Most of the time, the AI is pretty good at getting around lap down cars, but barring Daytona and Talladega, of course, but most of the time they're pretty good at it. Sometimes they mess up, but they seem to be handling the lap traffic just fine around here. Throw it in pretty deep here into 3. Let the car roll in the middle. Back on the power on the exit. Trying to utilize the looseness of the car when I am approaching that second apex of turn 3 and 4 to get the thing rotated. Might have a look at the inside of Earnhardt here, coming into 3. Once more. This time get a good amount of the car on the inside. They're 3 wide in front now, so it's going to be kind of slow in front here as Labonte's trying to find a way around Newman. Stuck in the middle there. Earnhardt's still on her outside. He's really going to throw it in on the outside. Behind Newman. And he behind Labonte. So 2 wide, 2 deep right now. As we shuffle out more lap traffic, really throwing a monkey wrench into everyone's plans right now as far as where they want to place themselves on the circuit. Labonte kind of running a little high right now. And some guys choosing to pit. Alright, we'll run a couple of more laps here and we'll go ahead and bring it in.
Still outside. All clear.
Finally managed to clear Earnhardt as he got kind of stuck behind the lap down car. Oh.
Leader told me a road, buddy.
Alright. Fuck it, we'll pit this time by. Everyone seems to be pitting, so just kind of get it in there nicely. Nice and smooth, nice and smooth.
3,500 seconds.
Alright, look for a smiley face sign here. I believe I can see it by the Valvoline sign. There it is. Oh! Overshot it. There we go. Can't quite get that perfect, but it is what it is. So green flag pit stops are now underway here, sitting at 14th on pit road. Got the cat car of Ward Burton in front of us here. And his Dodge Intrepid. Oh god! Earnhardt pulls up right in front of us here. Couldn't beat him on pit lane, unfortunately.
Watch your speed, watch your speed. 3,500 seconds. Dig, buddy.
Oh, hello.
Get out, go.
Labonte goes into the grass trying to exit the pits. That's going to spit us out in 14th here.
Outside.
So we're going to have a look at the inside of Earnhardt coming into 3. Everyone on fresh tires now, take advantage of it.
Clear high. Outside. Still outside. Clear high.
Some more guys still on pit road here. We'll make these spots back up, as everything's just cycling out right now. Sitting behind McMurray. On the 42. Got the Havoline Texaco car. I miss seeing that, man. Like that paint scheme, that brand, which is a staple of NASCAR for so long. I think the only modern day example I can think of a Havoline Texaco car is in Stock Car Brazil right now. They sponsor a Toyota Corolla.
Still outside. Still outside.
And as sick as a Havoline Texaco Corolla is, I would like to see them advertising on NASCAR, because I don't think there's any Texaco gas stations really as much anymore in the United States. At least I haven't seen one in a long time. But just that got that paint scheme, just like the jet black with the bright yellow and red logos. Now, sometimes a paint scheme can be just bold and legendary just by letting the logos do the talking, you know. Like it's all it is. It's just black with logos on it, and it works so well. Looks like Earnhardt Jr. kind of fell behind. Maybe he had a little bit of an issue here. He got passed by Terry Labonte. You saw him on the exit of pit road. He actually came out in front of us, but now he's just falling behind. A pretty cool thing that I've noticed, though, with the AI, they'll actually have, you know, it seems like they'll get better or worse as, like, the race goes on. Like, maybe they'll make adjustments or something like that that make the car better or worse. Like, some stints they'll be really fast, or, like, you know, certain drivers will be really fast, other stints they'll fall off, things like that. AI has a lot of detail to them in this game, despite their shortcomings. As once again, we're going to make our way around the 00 of Kenny Wallace. We got Labonte behind us here in that silver Hendrick paint scheme. Oh, that's Labonte in the 5, huh? I thought it would have been Kyle Busch, or this is the 04 car set, yeah. So 05 would have Kyle Busch in the 5, right? Just chilling behind McMurray here right now. I feel like I'm losing a little bit of ground. Kind of lost my rhythm a little bit now that I'm on newer tires. I was so used to older tires. So kind of have to re-get that rhythm going here. Inside the lap traffic.
Still outside. Clear high.
Yeah. Have to kind of relearn that rhythm. Just let it roll in here. Feather the throttle a little bit in the middle of the corner. Gas it up. I'm surprised I have not brushed that wall on the exit of 2. That wall just seems to kind of stick out really, really badly. I remember playing EA Sports NASCAR 2000 as a kid, and in that game, that wall was pretty much instant death if you hit it. Just the angle that it was and the speed you come at it. I've been actually kind of falling behind McMurray here. Although Labonte and Earnhardt Jr. really haven't caught me yet, so we might see ourselves running in a bit of no man's land here soon if I can't get the rhythm back. Slid the tires a tiny bit coming into that corner. Do got some lap traffic though in front. Just try to get this here. And it's like I have a little bit more grip than I anticipate. But then if I try to plan it as if I have that more grip, then I overdrive it and wash up the track, so yeah, just trying to refine my rhythm here after the tire change. Let it roll in here, let it roll. And McMurray making his way around the first of 2 lap down cars here in front of us. That'll hopefully slow him up a little bit. Hopefully we can get around this guy as well. Really riding that curb in the on the back straight there.
All clear.
I'll wash up the track. There we go. That was a pretty good corner. John Andretti was in the 1. Huh. I don't remember that at all. And most of my older NASCAR knowledge is kind of like in the, between the years of like 98 and 2002-ish. Unfortunately, like around like 2005, 6, probably like about 06, 07, I kind of faded out of watching motorsports in general for a bit. Not really getting back into it until about like late 2014. And because of that, I missed the entire COT era. which I could kick myself for because there were a ton of legendary moments from that era. And we have our first caution of the race. Probably going to be seeing most of the cars pitting. As this track does tend to chew through tires a lot. We're going to be behind McMurray here during this caution. I believe by 04 they stopped doing the race back to the caution thing and started doing double file restarts. Like the traditional ones we know nowadays, not the old ones where like the inside line was lap down cars. So yeah, we're still going to be doing kind of older school restarts here. With, I guess, newer or new-ish cars from that era. But it is what it is. It works. Yeah, I assume most people, if not all cars, will be pitting here. And we'll go ahead and follow through. 68 laps to go. So, depending on how much fuel we get here, we might see at least one or two more pit stops there. So pit lane's going to be pretty damn crowded here. Hopefully we don't get screwed on trying to get our car in. There's our sign. Ah! Once again overshot it, so we lost about a second or two. But not a big deal. I'm just glad that the 10 there of Benson. Oh boy! Oh. wasn't in his pit box until we got to ours. Because it can be pretty damn difficult to get in your pit box if you know, the pit box behind yours has a car in it. Yeah, projected 44 laps of fuel off of a full tank of fuel pit stop, so looks like we'll be seeing one more pit stop here left in the race. And we'll no doubt be taking 4 tires as well. I can't really think of a situation where I want to take 2. After that cycle, we got spit out in 15th place. No, 13th place, actually. And the field seems pretty organized here. A lot of times on these longer races with cautions and whatnot, the order of the field can get pretty disorganized for restarts, but seems to be pretty orderly. We got Earnhardt behind us here. Okay. Who didn't really have the best stint last time around, but maybe he made some adjustments or something like that to make the car a little bit faster. We will see. Definitely gotta keep our eye on him. Try to get these tires warm here. Phoenix is generally, well, obviously it's kind of a hotter track, so I've just noticed in comparison to other tracks, it's not as difficult to get your tires warmed up here during a caution as it is at, say, like a Richmond or a Bristol night or something. So not a whole lot of tire warming is really that necessary under caution. So 1 to go this time by between Vickers and Earnhardt. With Jeff Gordon up in the lead. And Kurt Busch behind him. Mark Martin in 3rd, Tony Stewart in 4th, Matt Kenseth in 5th, who's going to be in the Hall of Fame this year. Pretty cool. We'll be sitting just outside the top 10. Just now starting to reach some of the faster guys. We've just been steadily working our way up the field. It's been a pretty clean race up until this point. And now that I say that, things might start to go kind of haywire. We'll see. But we'll be looking at one more pit stop for fuel after this stint.
Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. car's
Go
off.
ahead and drop it down to second gear here.
Be ready. Green.
Put that hammer down.
Outside.
Old school rules, you can't pass before the line, of course, but you can get alongside somebody.
Outside.
I just position myself to the inside here to hopefully make a move on the 25 here as the 8 of Earnhardt now coming to the outside. Keeping it flat. Over the kink, taking a little bit of the curb into 3 now. Earnhardt dives into the outside, not taking any prisoners here on this restart. Oh, but the car grips nicely on the exit of 4, but Earnhardt able to hang on the outside and just shut the door right in front of me.
Still there.
So it's like whatever the issue they were having beforehand in the last stint, they fixed.
Outside. All clear.
Being able to make a big move like that right off the bat is a good sign for him. But we have a lot of traffic in front here as now Ryan Newman looks to the inside behind me.
Outside.
Again, great exit out of 4. Kenny Wallace going yet another lap down here. Let's keep it pinned behind Earnhardt. Keep it right on that inside line. 25 on our outside here. Flat across the curb.
All clear. Outside.
Washed up a little bit of the entry of 3. Hopefully make it up on the exit here, but I got the 25 on my outside here, not giving me the room. Couldn't get the run as we now pass the halfway mark of the race here. Just heard the spotter say that.
Still there. Still there.
Although it feels like much later in the race because we'll just be looking at one more pit stop
Outside.
to go. 25 still hanging on the outside here as the 8 starts to kind of pull away with the pack in front. Really throw it into to clear him. Sterling Marlin now makes his way into the mix. Getting around the 25 of Vickers on the outside. I'm sorry, inside.
You can see those boys up there. Get up there and run with them.
Yeah, Dale Jr. is faster, man. He is fast. You can tell because he's by himself, he pulls away, then he just kind of gets stuck behind somebody. And that is the only time I've ever really been able to catch him, is if he's behind someone. He's by himself, though, he'd no doubt pull away. Not a good corner right there. Not a good corner at all. Gotta get that rhythm. Can't get too used to old tires. Pretty aggressive with both the throttle and the steering input, but a good exit coming out of 2. A little bit of that curb once more. Try not to overcook it into 3 here. Let it wash up. Partial throttle here, then back down to full throttle. That was a really nice corner right there. It's like the closer you get to hitting that wall on the exit, the faster you go. Just a matter of how much you're able to push it to get the speed. As we must have been inches away coming out of 4 last time around. And even coming out of 2 just then and there. Again, I can really only catch Earnhardt if he's behind somebody. He's stuck behind Casey Kane right now. Might have a look to the inside coming into 1. No, he ducks back in the line, thinks better of it. We are reaching some of these faster guys here. Michael Waltrip actually hanging up there pretty well. I feel like I'm really pushing the tires here, but we are in the top 10 now, so with the potential to gain even more spots. So I want to push. And we got one more pit stop left, so just fuck it, abuse these tires. Slowly making our way back to the bumper of Earnhardt here. It's been me and him all race vying for position. I'm gonna mess up this corner big time, yep. Just messed up the middle. Kinda had it a bit too close to the inside of the entry of 3. And couldn't quite get that proper wash up that you want in the middle of it. Transitioning into 4. But we're still hanging with these guys here. And the 8 had a little bit of a look right there coming into the corner. Just Keep that wheel and that pedal pinned down. You really gotta trust the car on the exit of these corners, man. You gotta trust that it'll stick. Had a good entry right there. Jeff Gordon no longer the leader. He's sitting third now. Yeah. Oh man, come on. Come on. Get this thing turned. I'm talking about, man, old Phoenix, man. It's just about finding all little bits and bobs of grip that you can through the corners. It can be a very frustrating track because it constantly feels like you're just fighting tightness, even with a loose race car. But it's just how it is. Really good entry here. You can tell Earnhardt is faster than Casey Kane there in front of him. He's just trying to look for a way around him. A couple of times had a small look, but didn't really commit to anything yet. He's been chilling behind him all race. Steve Park in the pits as you see him fall down the order. So, on the relative right there. So, he must have had an issue. I think Ryan Newman now behind is starting to catch up, so things might get a little interesting here, but that is not what I want. I don't want somebody trying to take my spot away here when I've been trying to get around Earnhardt for the better part of the race. As these laps wind down, Earnhardt getting a little bit loose on the exit, but doesn't really lose any ground off of Kane there. I think I might be pinning it to the inside a little bit too much into 1 and 2 as a lap down car. Now exits the pits. We'll make our way around him. Please let me have the inside for the corner. I appreciate it. Although it messed up my approach a tiny bit. I lost a little bit of ground to the pack in front. Everyone just kind of chilling single file right now. Now a couple of cars might be ducking out, looking for a move. Michael Waltrip now ducks to the inside of Stewart. Or no, I'm sorry, Kenseth. And he is able to complete the pass. I know he's not. They're still side by side up there. You really cook it into turn 3 here, but it sticks. It's now Rusty Wallace. He was trying to have a move somewhere, but ducked back into line. Oh. Everyone kind of slow in the middle of 1 and 2 there. But that's good for me. Not quite close enough to make a move yet. Again, you really can't chuck it in like a dive bomb or something here. You have to really be alongside somebody approaching the corner. Very, very difficult track to pass. Relatively easy to follow somebody here, but hard to pass. So you kind of get these trains of cars just waiting for someone to slip up. Newman now approaching a rear bumper. Again, not what I want to see. Go ahead and hit the F key here. Look at our fuel if I can, as we have a look to the inside of Earnhardt here. Couldn't quite make anything happen. But he knows that we're there. Is Newman now on his way? My fear is that he bumps us out of the way here. Really hoping that doesn't happen, but he is on my rear bumper now. As Earnhardt might have a look to the inside of Kane here of the 9 car. As we wash up the track a tiny bit. Now Newman there waiting for the mistake to happen. He might get the nose into the inside, exiting the corner. He does. Dang. So my worst fear kind of comes true here. Earnhardt able to make the pass around the 9, and meanwhile I get passed by the 12. Getting shuffled back, right back to the back of this pack here. Still able to stay with it, but it's kind of stalled out, man. Really can't make any new ground. Gotta trust this car. Really getting aggressive with the steering input on the exit there. tires are probably wearing faster this stint than last stint, because just the traffic that we're in, the need to drive it a bit more aggressively. Rusty Wallace now on the outside of Kane. But Kane ducks back into line as Rusty Wallace able to shut the door and hold him off. Coming into 3. Ryan Newman's got some pretty good pace. See Waltrip up there trying to make a move on Stewart. Not able to make it happen. Matt Kenseth now on the outside. So I've been just kind of stuck at the back of this little pack here for like like pretty much since the restart. But in front of me, they've just been swapping positions back and forth. As Earnhardt now making his way through this little train. You throw it in. Able to roll the corner nice, but oh man, just get tight on the exit. So a little bit too fast to the middle. Just throw it in there a bit too hard again. Try to get a good exit here if I can. That wasn't bad. And again, inches away from the wall. Don't want to scrape it, that'll just kill your momentum. Corner exit is so important here. Rusty Wallace now getting shuffled back. Just been swapping positions left and right up there. And he ducks back into line in front of Newman. Tony Stewart still in the front of this pack here. Hasn't really been able to pull away from everybody behind him. Still a lot of laps of fuel left in this stint before we have to pit one more time. Unless a caution comes out. Sticking with these guys, but just can't make a move. Can't make a move. No pressure from anybody behind though, so for the moment, so that's good. A little slidey on the exit there. Little slidey. Let's roll it. Roll it in the middle of the corner there. Throwing it into T1 a little bit too hot. Lost some ground. I feel like my 3 and 4 isn't as good as my 1 and 2, but I'm losing my 1 and 2 here just by overdriving it. Newman now trying to make his way around Wallace, who's starting to fall behind here. If he falls behind Newman, hopefully I can at least get one car past in this little pack right here. We've been stuck behind for forever now. Barely clipping that curb. Yep, and we're going to make our way to the inside of Rusty Wallace here, who is just kind of falling off now. I would love to clear him on the exit here, but have to give him the room. We might try to shut the door here coming into 1. We're going to go ahead and throw it to the inside, not let him do that. Oh, but in doing so, we lose a lot of time to the cars in front. Still got my nose to the inside here, though. He gives us the room entering 3. So hard to pass here, man. So hard to pass. Still side by side. He has a little bit more momentum coming off the outside line, but we still have the inside. He clears this momentarily before the corner. Able to roll up nicely. Still side by side here. And now he clears us once more. I know that I'm faster than Rusty Wallace here. Now Kurt Busch coming into the mix. I think we're reaching some lap traffic here. Now 34 laps to go in the race here. A little bit more aggressive on the brakes there. Focus on the exit. This lap traffic can be good for us here, as Tony Stewart now looks like he fell behind a little bit. Couldn't get the car turned there. Coming out of 2. And then I got loose on the exit. I think me pushing the tires pretty damn hard earlier starting to bite me in the ass now. That's when somebody passes me, I really can't do nothing about it. They're just kind of gone. Kurt Busch now with kind of a defensive line coming into turn 1 with this lap traffic. Might help us out here, might help us at least stick with these guys. As they're going to get slowed up, we can hopefully catch back up.
Behind your toes will be a flapper. Outside. Behind your toes will be a flapper. Clear high.
Wash up a little bit there. Kenny Wallace going another lap down. Poor guy.
Still outside. Clear high.
That's a really cool paint scheme too, man. I feel bad to see it doing so bad. Gonna make our way from that lap traffic nicely. Starting to get loose on the exit of these corners here, though. Car doesn't really feel any more or less tight as the tires wear in the middle and on entry, but on the exit, you start to get that rear end breaking free a little bit. I'm trying to overdrive it here on the entry. That's where I'm messing up. I think Earnhardt just kind of shuffled his way through that pack, and now he's pulled away. Unfortunately, could not stick with him. Starting to reach Rusty Wallace here again, though, who definitely might be in the same boat that we're in. Just kind of getting a raw deal on the tire wear here. Not really being able to keep up later in the stint. As he's not really able to keep up with anybody. Somebody passes him, that's just kind of it.
Still outside. Behind your toes will be a flapper. All clear.
Gonna clear the lap traffic there. 12 laps of fuel remaining, so we will be seeing some green flag pit stops here soon, as we're gonna approach this 91 lap car here in a really bad spot. Let's throw it to the inside here. Give me the room, please. Thank you, good sir. Here comes Dale Jarrett now. Haven't seen him in a while.
Still outside.
Oh boy, yeah, loose on the exit now, man.
Still there.
Huh.
All clear.
Yeah, can't get the grip on the exit. Here comes Jarrett now to capitalize. He's looking to the inside, able to power out of the corner better than he was, but he's definitely going to be there for 3 and 4. As we roll it in here. Hit that apex on the exit. Rear tires not really cooperating with me here, but hopefully won't be dealing with it for that much longer as we're approaching 10 laps left on fuel. Probably see guys pitting around lap 23 or so. Oh, okay, we got a tire going down then. Alright, so take it nice and easy here. Just gonna let Jarrett by, actually. Have to pit this time by. Do not want that tire to blow. I pushed it a bit too hard, now it's worn too much. So we'll go ahead and pit this time by. This will be our last pit stop of the race. And leader pitting, alright. Like a lot of guys pitting, actually, so perfect timing for this tire to be going down then. Alright, look for a smiley face here for Happy Harvick. Chuck it in. Please don't overshoot it. Perfect. No, not perfect. Damn it. I've done that literally every single pit stop. Ah, well. Yeah, lost some ground that stint. Sitting in 18th now on pit road. But a solid pit stop despite fucking up the entry again. Gonna be right on the back bumper of Jarrett here as they kind of get checked up. Exiting pit road here, but... Oh boy, woo! That transition off of pit road onto the track is pretty abrupt.
Still there, inside.
I really don't like the pit exit here on Phoenix. Even old Phoenix is very sketchy. Because you're just getting thrown right back into fast traffic with really not a whole lot of room to really build momentum back up as you make your way back into the circuit. It's a very unsafe pit exit. Kind of wish they'd change it. Especially nowadays with like the dog leg and everything. Guys just cutting it all the way to like the pit exit line or wall even. It's only a matter of time before someone just gets absolutely fucking ran the fuck over exiting pit lane as somebody's cutting the dog leg, you know? Surprised a wreck like that hasn't happened yet. Rusty Wall is slow. He might have not pitted yet. Not sure. We'll see here. No, he is very slow, so I don't think Wall is pitted yet. Sitting in 10th place right now, I think. We'll see when it updates across the line here. Got some newer tires here so I can push it a bit harder. Yep, 10th place. Or no, 9th place actually. Alright, cool. So might have lost some positions during that stint, but we definitely gained a whole lot on pit road. Kurt Busch tries to have a look to the inside of the lap traffic, but he shuts the door on him. It's going to slow him up. Maybe have a look here, box him in. Oh boy, nope. He has none of it. Ah. I don't want to go 3 wide here. I'm not a fan of going 3 wide at Phoenix. Usually doesn't end well. Well, I guess Rusty Wallace did pick because he's catching back up now. I guess it just took him a lap or so to get the tires back underneath him. Making our way around Derek Cope here. Clear him for the exit. I don't think we're going to be getting the win here, but top 10 is our goal. As of now, we're sitting in 9th place right now with Kurt Busch in front and Wallace behind, who really wants to get around us. More cars for position in front, and Wallace and Stewart, who are boxed in behind John Andretti, who's lap traffic. So we'll get slowed up a tiny bit here. With 20 to go. And that is all the pit stops of this race completed. So this will be the run to the line. Alright, single file here, use all the track here. Pretty early on the power. Could have been earlier, actually. Only 20 laps left here, so really no reason to try to save tires here. So just push, push, push all the way home. Good exit here, made up a lot of ground on the 97 of Busch. Might have a look to the inside here as we got the quarter on the inside coming into 3. John Andretti, lap car in front. Kurt Busch is going to get boxed in behind him. As we'll have a look to the inside around him here. This will be good for us, buy us some time here so we don't got to deal with Busch on our rear bumper. And we'll clear the 1 of Andretti. I think we're 3 wide behind momentarily. I don't know why I'm looking in the mirror. I shouldn't be doing that. Making sure I'm not getting pressure from behind. But I'm about to here in Rusty Wallace. Which I believe 04 was his last year before he retired from full-time competition. 04 or 05? I think it was 04. And then Kurt Busch took the number 2 car after that for a bit. Yeah, Rusty Wallace has some speed here. He has some speed. Sitting in 8th right now, so if he passed us, we'd still be in top 10, but I'd really prefer not to get passed. I'd prefer to just kind of reach Waltrip here. Not lose any time fighting somebody off. Whereas Kurt Busch is pretty close behind him, so maybe if they can get side by side, lose some time, that could benefit me. Pretty good exit. Out of 3 and 4. Pulled away a little bit from Rusty. And made up some ground on Waltrip. Car's got a lot of grip in it right now. Gonna take advantage of it. Let's roll it in, roll it in. Almost purposely missing the first apex. Focusing more on the exit of the corner. How many laps in the race we got here? Hit the F key, I'll take a look at it in a second. 13 laps to go. Alright, we're sitting in 8th. There's Earnhardt Jr. once more. Looks like he fell back. Yeah, fell back behind Stewart. I would love to be able to get around him. Since he's kind of been our battle to try to win our race. Yeah, we're slowly pulling away from the 2 right now and making our way towards the 15. Waltrip and Earnhardt have been kind of together for most of the race. Waltrip now catching him. It's like Earnhardt might be kind of slow here. As I made up a lot of ground right there. Into 1. I might be able to have a look here into 3. Nah, not quite, maybe. Oh, just barely. Almost making contact. Waltrip tried to shut the door, but couldn't. Yeah, Earnhardt's slow here, man. Earnhardt very slow. I could go 3 wide here if I wanted to really dive bombing in there, but nah. And of course, being stuck behind the slow car of Earnhardt has allowed the 2 of Rusty Wallace to catch up once more. He's going to be on the outside here, exiting 2. I would love to get around this guy. Fuck it. Just gonna bump him. Nope. Couldn't make it happen. Yeah, Earnhardt's struggling right now, so something's up with him. As Wallace just takes him on the outside. With 10 to go here, I'm gonna try to take him on the outside as well. Really throw it into turn 1. And we'll clear Earnhardt coming out of 2. I think he's been pretty fast all race. Kind of came and gone a little bit, but for the most part been pretty fast. But at the time where it counts the most, he has no speed. He's falling behind. Got Lappert making his way to pit road. See if I can get back around Earnhardt. I'm sorry, Wallace here. As I know we're faster than him. Might even be faster than Waltrip as well. Don't quite have the grounds to have a look just yet, but we get a good corner exit here. We can maybe have it into 1 and 2. But don't get that exit. Oh, it's kind of overcooking it a little bit. Had to grab the brake there in the middle of the corner just to get it stopped in time. But a decent exit, all things considered. Now I'm into 3. 7 to go. Sitting in 8th place. No pressure behind for the moment, but I see a couple of cars starting to catch up behind. We might see them here in about a lap or 2. Really didn't want Wallace to get in front of us here. But he's there now. Just got boxed in behind Earnhardt. Couldn't do anything about it. $15 going a little defensive right there in the middle of the corner. Gotta hit that second apex. Keep the foot committed. Wallace has a look. Dives back into line. Roll it in the corner there. Back on the power. Been pushing it pretty hard, but car still has a lot of grip. Wallace now this time taking a proper look to the inside of Waltrip. But to capitalize on it here. Use more of the track than he's able to get a better exit. Now looking to the inside here with 5 to go. And the race to loosen the entry here.
Still outside.
You have Waltrip on the exit.
Still there.
On the outside of us here. Not able to clear him yet, but
Still out.
we'll probably get the pass completed here into 3 and 4.
Clear high.
And able to get him done. Will be 3 to go here now. I don't think we'll pull away from Waltrip. Something tells me we won't. About even pace-wise with Rusty Wallace right now. As he's going to be reaching, I think, Jack Sprague in the 44. Or actually, that might have been Nemechek this year. I can't remember. But either way, one of the petty cars. I know we're faster than Wallace here. Just got to get in a position to get around him. That's really chucking it into 3. Whew. Able to make it work, though. He's going to get stuck behind the 45. Oh, that's petty, actually. All right. Late in the race. Fuck it. 3 wide.
Still there.
To the inside of the 45 here. White flag is out for the leaders, and we'll grab it here in a second. Still got the 2 on our outside here. As we're both stuck behind lap traffic.
Still there.
Kind of on the apron there for a second. Waltrip now catching back up again. Oh, they're going to put me through my middle here. Oh, man.
Clear low, buddy. One more time, buddy. One more time.
Got stuck behind the lap traffic. Waltrip took advantage, stuck it to the inside on the exit. Wallace as well. Able to get it around. He's got absolutely embarrassed right there. You want to go 3 wide, buddy? Let's go 3 wide. Oh boy.
Outside. All clear.
Able to save it.
Outside.
It's going to be a drag race. We'll see who made it to the line here. Me or Wallace? Who got there?
Awesome job, my friend. Awesome.
We took 8th. Rusty Wallace took 7th. Dang. He just barely inched us out there for the for 7th place, but managed to get top 10. Whew. I am very, very surprised that was a clean race. I didn't spin, I didn't wreck, I didn't cause a wreck. I almost caused a wreck a second ago, but kept it clean.
Good job today, guys. Good job.
Only mistakes I really made was just not getting in my pit box properly, like that. So couldn't quite be the closer, unfortunately, but I'll take an 8th place after all that. Very, very hard racing, but very fun. I will definitely be saving that replay. Phoenix 2004, I believe, is the car set that I'm using here. Let's take a look at who won here. Jimmy Johnson won, with Mark Martin 4 seconds behind, and Jeff Gordon, who was leading most of this race, ends up in 3rd. Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth, Michael Waltrip, Rusty Wallace, and then me as Kevin Harvick, then Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman. That rounds out your top 10. A lot of guys 1 lap down here. Yeah, looks like Kenny Wallace 7 laps down, so he could not find any speed anywhere all race. Poor guy. But that'll do it for this video here. Missed old Phoenix, man. Missed old Phoenix. But, yeah, I guess just a little, another little tribute to Kevin Harvick here, who's going to be running his last season of full-time Cup Series racing this year. And, pretty cool thing, SRX just announced he'll be racing at the first race in SRX, so should be pretty cool to see. But anyway, thanks for watching, and take care. That's a very abrupt way to end the video, I know. But, yeah, I don't know how else to close it off, so take care.